In this video, we will concentrate on high humidity applications. Here I have Indigo 520 transmitter and HMP7 humidity and temperature probe. And this HMP7 is designed especially for high humidity applications. It has an internal heating element inside the probe head, and this can be used to prevent condensation. Indigo 520 supports two probes, and we will use this functionality, but at the moment you can see that this other probe cable is not connected, but we will come to that a little bit later. Let's first activate the heating functionality of this HMP7 probe. Condensation prevention can be activated by default by making the correct configuration in the ordering phase. The other option is to use a USB cable and a computer. So let's take this M12 connector off and connect the USB cable to the probe. And the inside PC software detects the probe automatically, and we can see the measurement readings. What we want to do is to activate the condensation prevention, and this can be found from the configure device menu, and it's here. And let's save that. We are done. It's worth to mention that we will have warning here telling that supply voltage is too low for probe heating, and that's because we use a USB cable here, which is not able to provide enough voltage for this functionality. But let's fix that by putting the probe back into Indigo 520. Now that I have activated condensation prevention, we can see that we are no longer seeing the relative humidity value or temperature value, and the reason is that this sensor is now in elevated temperature, and it's no longer able to measure a representative temperature value from this surrounding environment. However, dew point temperature is still there in the display, and this is because dew point temperature is not temperature dependent, meaning that even if it's in elevated temperature, it can be still measured accurately. If this dew point temperature is what you want to measure, this setup is completely fine. But now if you need also a relative humidity or some other humidity parameter that needs the ambient temperature, we can use this functionality of two probe support that this Indigo 520 has. And for that I have TMP1 temperature probe, and let's connect that temperature probe to the transmitter like that. And now we have also a temperature reading which is coming from the probe number 2. To be able to calculate relative humidity based on the humidity level seen by this humidity probe and the temperature of the ambient, we have to activate the compensation. Compensation can be found from the menu and transmitter settings and compensation, and now it's activated, and we can see that the compensation calculation started and relative humidity reading is on the display. Now we have activated the condensation prevention and made all the software adjustments for the Indigo 520 transmitter to calculate the relative humidity. The next thing is to consider the mechanical assembly. And now the idea is to get this temperature probe in a representative position, and also this humidity probe close by, not too close that it would affect on the ambient temperature reading. And there are different ways to solve this mounting, but in this video I will demonstrate how to use HMT 330 WPA warmth probe accessory set. The idea of this accessory is that the humidity probe is on top and the temperature probe is below it. So let's start. Okay, assembly is now ready, and now the last thing is to take care that we have proper insulation if our process is hot, so that there is no temperature leak when we put this assembly in our process. Thanks for watching.